Big boy birds right here.
That's what I'm saying.
Thank you so
Who's
much,
this fella, Reginald?
Lady D draws.
Damn it.
Who's this fella?
Grandmother, please.
Another one of your bird boyfriends.
Fuck.
I've never brought a... What? Grandmother, what are you saying?
I read the newspapers. I read the Oracle.
Oh, don't believe what you read in the Oracle. It's not even real.
Speaking of the Oracle. Nice segue, fellas. It's time.
How's that for a segue? Hell yes, you know.
The Alivast Oracle. Yay!
Yay!
Oh, yeah. An abundance of bears. Jesus.
Stop. My penis can only get so erect.
We have an abundance of bears.
Yeah, also, Ugandan Log brings up a really good point. We have to refer to Remy by his new title now. Dragon Slayer Remy. He killed the green dragon, guys.
And then there's
be appropriate.
That's true.
like Tash just like takes a puff of a cigarette. Ah, you finally finally reached. You finally got it.
Look, I killed a much bigger and more intimidating dragon who was working for the cult that you want to find. So I feel like point goes to Remy.
I see.
I'm just
staying
saying.
out of this.
No, you're not. You're wearing the jacket.
I was gonna say, didn't wait? Of all, Task gave you the jacket. At least I kept something.
Motherfucker.
You did all that work and you have nothing to show for it, but somebody else getting all the credit.
Bullshit, I don't. There is a dragon's head sitting inside the tavern right now as we speak.
Where is it?
Right as soon as you enter the door and look on the ceiling, there it is.
Oh, that's why I never look up. Oh!
There's a sign that says Task did that right next to it.
Yep. In Draconic and in Common.
We got some articles here. We got an abundance of bears. War zone on the water. Fishermen struggle with parrot and piracy. Drowned undead. Some animals belong in the dark. So I suppose.
Oh yay, Orby.
Of course, the ladies to the letters to the Lady of Liverosia. The ladies to the what?
The ladies. Whoa, well, those were words.
Favorite citizen returns from hiatus. And oh my.
Oh my, the mansion.
Hey, Task.
Shut up.
You've never looked better.
Damn. I never noticed, but Task is dummy thick.
I'm holding my face so hard right now.
It's okay. Look, man. You did a lot of work to get that body. You should embrace it.
Move on, next bit.
Is that the sound your cheeks make when they clench together?
If you're an ant, I guess.
I'll start things out with an abundance of bears by Ludwig Hutton Field. After each winter, bears emerge from hibernation with cubs in tow and quickly begin their annual bulk up on the new growth in spring salmon runs. Farmers on the fringes often need to fend off furry foragers in their fields, and the adventurers need to be wary to avoid surprising unaware ursines in the underbrush. In the Druidic district, there are experts who enumerate animals, and their estimates show a bounty of bears out and about. Kiki Anderson, who specializes in woodland wildlife, has stated that this is part of the regular natural cycles. The past fall was actually very good for the bears. Plenty of fish, plenty of berries, and a lot of energy reserves going into hibernation, which meant more adults survived overall, and the sows had more surviving cubs. Anderson stated, they're all spreading out since they're competing for some of the same resources. They're ranging a bit further than they have in previous years. Anderson and her colleagues have proclaimed that while produce and prey is plentiful at present, that the summer is particularly parched. This guy loves his fucking alliteration. Or that there are precipitation patterns that make provisions paltry. There could be a problem with the present population becoming more pugnacious in their pursuit of a picnic. To prepare for the possibility, Anderson and the other druids are considering increased hunting of bears, possibly even including bounties to encourage responsible harvesting of problem animals. The Ginter clergy have been advocating for increased harvesting of bears in the area where there is agricultural settlements. Bert Plowman of the clergy has stated that in the current system of limiting hunting due to hunters set by druids who follow Idia, such as Anderson, puts greater value on maintaining an environment that existed prior to settlement of the region than the safety and welfare of the farmers. With all due respect to Miss Anderson and her colleagues, the restrictions on hunting bears were onerous even before the recent population boom. We have people taming the wild frontier, bringing civilization of the plow and furrow to lands that have sat fallow for too long. These people shouldn't have to lose the sweat of their brow to some bear looking for an easy meal. Alivast needs to be fed. Every seed planted here reduces our dependence on imported foods. These tensions have created several tense meetings, but hopes for a compromise are high. A third group, a loose collection of hunters, leatherworkers, and chefs, has formed with the common goal of having a steady and reliable source of bear for clothing, meat, and other uses. Despite our different views, we're trying to build some practices that would benefit the people of the land of Alivast for the future. Oh, said Ty Borpington, a local chef of note who made a splash at last year's Harvest Festival with a bear dish that wowed the judges. I fell in love with the possibilities of bear and want to continue working with it. I don't want the people of the city to say, remember when you could eat bear? Losing access to bear pelts would be losing access to bear pelts would be disastrous, added 9, who designated themselves a fashion architect of the lower district. Limited harvesting is necessary. Only certain individuals should be allowed to wear it, though. I will determine who is
Worship me, mortal.
Zeta, would you like to read Some Animals Belong in the Dark about isopods?
Sure thing. You'll have to excuse me if I have some fucked up throat from allergies.
That's fine.
The Underdark, a series of vast labyrinthine caves deep beneath our feet, is often described as a dreadful place. However, the Underdark is also known for sustaining an extraordinary ecosystem of unique flora and fauna. There are giant mushrooms instead of trees, and bugs called isopods that skitter around on the deep caverns. Little is known about these Underdark organisms, but the isopods have clearly intrigued the few citizens of Alivast. Some people have found them surprisingly cute and dropping things on their desk, had even want to keep them as pets. However, experts of the Underdark strongly advise against keeping any of its unique animals. Firstly, you'd have to go into the Underdark to find one, and good luck with that, said Underdark expert Voldarden. Secondly, the Underdark is, as you might have guessed, really dark. It's like advanced darkness. These creatures are specifically adapted for that environment. They do not react well to sunlight. You need to build an underground pen for isopods to be healthy, and most people don't want to deal with the maintenance. Third, isopods don't get along with other pets, especially cats. Seriously, cats hate isopods. I don't know why, they just do. Trust me, it's just a bad idea. These warnings have seemingly done little to dissuade those looking to own exotic pets. One woman has strangely been carrying her isopods in her arms wherever she goes. She got more than a few looks as she tried to convince people how adorable her widow-snapping baby was. Recently, a large isopod was also spotted in the Buldhum Pond in the Druidic district. The creature eluded the Alivast guard until Vuldardran caught it himself. It's like I said, people like the idea of keeping isopods as pets until they realize how much actually goes into it. It's worth noting that if any of our readers are looking for a pet, the Druidic district is a good place to start. Most druids will gladly give advice on how to take care of your animal companions. If you were to ask me, I'd say a mouse may not be exciting as a giant bug, but they could be just as cute, and you don't have to travel to the Underdark to get one.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Zito, for reading that. Hello, isopod.
I'm gonna keep. If you scroll down, I scroll down a little bit further. Look at the fucking crossword puzzle.
Oh yeah, more isopods. Fuck yeah. He's roly-poly-oly. Up next we've got Letters to the Lady of Riverosia.
Would you like me to read the letters and you can be the lady?
Sure.
Cool. Here we go.
This will be my contribution to the stream. Thanks, guys.
No problem.
Dear Lady of Liberosia, my dear father brought a tutor into the household to educate me and teach me the manners of the common people. She is intelligent, refined, elegant, and most kind. I can't help but feel enraptured by her. She is a few years my senior, but not so much that it would raise eyebrows once I'm established. An extra wrinkle is that we are from two houses that oft feud with each other, and she is a minor daughter of that noble house. Only in Alivast might I be tutored by one that otherwise would be my enemy. Is my attraction to her just a passing fancy, or should I pursue it, knowing that it would not only save my feelings, for her, but could also provide a bridge between our houses. Signed, Blue Schoolboy.
Dear Blue, I love you. When we're young, we often succumb to a bit of hero worship of people in positions of power. Sometimes this can blind us to their flaws or lead to fantasies that may not be very realistic. While this woman is your tutor, having a relationship with a student would be unethical for her. I suggest that instead of focusing on romance, you focus on your study, young man. Your father chose her to teach you, and by having someone you might consider an enemy educate you, he may have already seen opportunity for building bridges between families. I'm not saying that your feelings don't matter, just that sometimes, especially when we're still growing up, our hearts can run a bit faster than our heads can manage.
So, like, that's a maybe then? Like, there's a chance?
I'm afraid it's a hard...
Alright, I'll just
Blue
go to the next-
Corvo, what are you doing writing letters again?
Sorry, Mom. Grandma, whichever one you are.
I'm just gonna keep. This family's growing, dude. You better keep
Seriously,
writing
and now we've got people that don't even have accents from the right spot anymore.
You better be writing notes, man. I know what the chat is.
Yeah, let's. Oh God, fucking! I do all this work to come up with the backstory of really good characters, and then you're just like, by the way, here's the actual ones you're gonna have.
Junior Bryson Corbeau with a Y and a U.
Also, I don't know why people keep calling that Oxop. That's basically just like really innocent Flinch from Shadow War, but okay. All right, so here we go.
Dear Lady of Liberosia, I recently caught my boyfriend in an intimate situation with a friend of mine. Needless to say, I was furious. I screamed a bit and may have thrown a few things at him, and in the end, he's staying over at his co-worker's place until I can decide what to do about this. I am also really mad at my friend, who has been sleeping with him for I don't know how long. He's been telling me it was a one-time mistake fueled by a few drinks, and that I am too uptight for being so mad at him for this and that. It's no big deal. I do still love him, I guess. I miss having him around at least. What should I be doing? Am I being too much of a pushover?
Dear single baby, I love you. What has happened is a real breach of trust, not only with your partner, but with a friend as well. This double blow puts you into a really cloudy state, and honestly, having time to yourself to think and sort things out is essential. I would strongly advise against simply letting your boyfriend back into your life without a long conversation and your absolute surety that he is not simply saying what he thinks you want to hear. Sometimes our hearts are blind to the obvious, and I wonder if maybe there have been little signs that something has been wrong for a while.
Deep, very deep.
Dear lady, I am a statue in the Middle Clergy District.
Oh God.
I stand in a nice landscape area near the temples, and I think I'm supposed to be an anthropomorphic representation of the spirit of glass blowing or something. My problem is that there is a construct that keeps coming around and making moon eyes at me. Honestly, I'm not interested in him at all. He's a little too mobile. I'm not sure how to let him know that I'm not interested in a relationship. Since I can't move, talk, or anything, I am a statue after all. Communicating how I feel has been a challenge. I tried ignoring him, but so far, that hasn't worked. Signed, Stoneheart.
I have a lot of questions.
About what?
How did he write this?
I don't know.
If he can't move, how did he write this? Did he convey this for someone to write?
He printed it out.
I don't know.
What's that sound? Huh.
Oh, it's just the glass blowing statue, no biggie.
Dear Stoneheart, I love you. When we struggle with communication, telling someone you're not interested in a relationship is often a real challenge. Sometimes simply ignoring them will lead to harsh feelings that can turn into bitterness. What you may need to do is have a friend you trust speak to them on your behalf. Do it when all three of you are together. That way the construct attracted to you can understand that it is your word, and you simply need help delivering them. Perhaps another statue in the park, or maybe even a nearby lamppost. I won't judge. This is Alivast, after all.
Okay. Fucking progressive ass dialogue over here.
I think now that it is almost closing in on 8:30, I think now would be a good time to wrap it up. But there certainly is a lot more to see of the
I love
Oracle.
Read it, guys. Read it.
I fucking love that the paid message of the moral warriors of Alivast, and then it's like the woman just saying like, "My poor son Dermot could have his mind is scarred," and then you look down at the advertisement right underneath it. Your son likes kobolds, lady. You got bigger problems to worry on in that situation. He's a pure boy. What race are you again, lady? Who is writing this?
What are you, fucking Cicero over there?
Cicero takes good care of his mother.
Yeah.
Cicero's hungry.
Power grows.
Ooh, mother, your mother's a hawker. Your mother's a hawker. Fuck you.
Black Fair, thank you for the lead bits. The Alivast Oracle was done by Froggy's mom, Alcoholic, Sky on Air, The Threadweaver, Galfar, August Christopher, Caitlin C37, Brachiozoid, Snugglebum 5, Suit 47, Jim the Rabbit Cow, and Krakaton. Thank you so much, everybody.
Thanks, guys.